Would love to hear your thoughts on the dichotomy of honest self-expression versus normal face and or passion versus discipline.
If you aren't caught up on all the podcasts, Normal Face is a game I used to play with my kids where they would have to keep an expressionless face, or what I called the normal face.
Good game, by the way.
And I would line up my kids, and they would have to keep that face. And then if they changed their expression anyway, I would hit them in the head with the inside cardboard roll of a thing of wrapping paper. Or I had eventually made like foam pieces for it because they were a little bit more durable. And you could hit really hard and it wouldn't hurt at all. So anyways, I know it sounds like you should call child services on me, but it's a fun game to play because as you hit one kid, it makes the other kids laugh, and then you end up hitting them all and everyone's laughing and it's fun. So, and there's also a pragmatic reason to do it because it teaches people to control their emotions. And there are many times where you have to learn to control your emotions. And as kids, if you learn to control your emotions, it's going to be beneficial for you in many ways. But does that mean that you should keep a normal face all the time? Never show emotions? No, it's not like that at all. There's, like everything else, there's a dichotomy that you have to balance. If your kid wins a wrestling match, you should be happy and great and smile and yeah, high five, right? Mm-hmm. That's cool. If you bite into a amazing piece of prime rib that your wife cooked for you, then you should raise your fist to the air and say yes. My wife, the first time she ever cooked prime rib, we didn't know this, but she has a talent. She cooks dry chicken, prime rib. She knocks it out of the park. Okay. First time she ever cooked prime rib, and I smelled amazing. I was like, oh, I took my first bite. I looked at her and I looked up at her and I said, I want to redo our vows for marriage.
Renew the vows.
Yeah, renew the vow. What does it redo? Renew the vows. So yes, scenarios like that, yeah, you want to show your emotions. And here's something: if your team slacks off and if you fail the mission, you fail the task, of course you're going to own it, but you might want to show a little anger about what happened so that everyone knows, like, oh, Jocko doesn't normally get mad, and he's mad. Mm-hmm. And so we really did something bad. And even though you're blaming it on yourself, like, I can't believe I let this down. You know what I mean? Like, you show a little bit of that, people go, okay. So there you're going to show some emotion. If you get bad, and if you get news that you got a friend that died, you got to let those emotions out. There's all kinds of situations where emotions are not only acceptable, but they're needed and they're required. And in fact, if you don't have emotions in those situations, that's horrible. You need to have them, not only as a person, as a human being. You need to let out your emotions sometimes, but as a leader, if you don't show any emotions at all, no one's going to follow you. There's no connection between you and the people on your team. And if you just sit there and think about people that you've worked for that didn't show emotions, you have no connection with them. You don't care about them. You'll leave. You won't go the extra mile to get the job done. So you have to show emotions. But of course, there are many times in life, in the world, where showing your emotions are going to have a negative impact on your situation. You give up the takedown in a jiu-jitsu competition, and you show it in your face. That person just thinks, I just broke you, right? Yep. You don't want to show any emotion there. Boss tells you you're getting stuck with the underperforming team. Don't show any emotion, right? Don't, oh man. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. But hey, what about this? There's a good one. Boss is giving you feedback that you don't agree with. Roll your eyes, you know what I mean? The heavy sigh, the clenched teeth as you're trying to listen with this person. You don't even respect him. He's telling you, what's that going to get you? Not going to get you anything. Then showing that negative emotion there, you need to keep normal face in that situation. Your kid's doing something that's annoying. It's trying to test your patience. And they're just trying to piss you off. Don't let them. Keep it in check. Get told to go to the other line in DMV. After you've been waiting for an hour and one, don't freak out. Don't show any emotions. Got it.
Yep.
Here's another one. We already talked about this one. Your friends are poking fun at you. because you missed a shot at the range or you got lost on a land navigation course or whatever. Don't get all mad. Don't get frustrated. Don't show any emotion. You know? They make fun of your haircut. They make fun of your accent. They make fun of whatever. Don't show emotions. Don't freak out. That's the other balance. Now, there are also times where you might have to force yourself to show some emotion just to get the point across, right? Your kid hasn't listened to you after 5 or 6 violations. You might have to show some anger. Or they do something that's going to get them hurt, right? You got to show some emotion so that they realize that was real. But flying off the handle and losing your temper is almost never does you any good. So, yeah, you have to be balanced. In order to be balanced, you have to be in control. And in order to be in control, you have to detach from your emotions so you can control your emotions and not let your emotions control you.
Yep. I think we already talked about this one part before where, like, you know, like with your kids or whatever, and you fly off the handle, not fly off the handle, but you show emotion, you raise your voice and yell at them because this one is important. This lesson that I'm teaching, you obviously didn't get it before, whatever. Here's the thing, you can't do that every single time. You know, every single lesson, like, okay, it was effective when I raised my voice. Let me just raise my voice now, right? Logically, let me, if that is what induces their compliance, let me just do that. But it doesn't work that way because after a while, they're like, oh, bro, it's all just dumb noise. No. So, yeah, you got to be like normal face.
Wolf.
Yeah. Or, yeah, just be like normal face, everything, you know? And then, like, the one time you use it, it's like what do you call there's this video game I used to play. It's like you could just press the button and you blow up everybody. Anyway, long story. But, yeah, don't use it all the time is what I'm saying. Just use it, like, sparingly. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, judiciously. Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good tactic.
I do know what you're saying.